Hey there world, welcome to another one. We're riding 2 up this evening. First time well, it's not the first time I had the clear visor on in months. I had it on a few weeks ago, I think. But going to Home Depot for the second time today. This time you will never see the first time, because the first time I literally forgot to strap in the microphone, and I realized that on the way back. Never clicked it in. So we're going to Home Depot to return something, as well as get a better something of that something. And my fiance said, can I go with you? And I said, absolutely. Yeah, I know. So away we go. She hasn't ridden a bike before, and not that I like wanted her to, but I didn't want her to be afraid to. Obviously it is a little bit more sketchy, you know, for sure. Oh, getting ready to talk to her. We still don't have comms. Well, for one thing, I don't know if it's better to get a CARDO or a SENA. So I got to look into that. The other thing is she's using my Bell Bullitt helmet, which is the first helmet that I bought. And I know it's terrible on wind noise, at least for the operator. She says it's not that bad, but she also fully acknowledges that she doesn't really know what is good. And being behind me, the wind noise is a lot not as bad, you know. So that's a possibility. I thought about just getting a SENA or a CARDO and throwing it on her helmet and seeing how it is, because I know when I first got the bike, I would call people and they'd be like, bro, I can't hear you at all, because the wind noise is just so bad there with that helmet. It comes rushing up your neck, which, like, it's a great looking helmet. I occasionally do wear it actually still, but little local rides only. It's also too small for me. That's part of the reason why I was very willing to just let her use it and give it to her. So that's a thing. This person's not going, right? Yeah, they're not. Thank God they saw me. Anyway, oh, I should put my high beam on. It's evening. So I've talked to her a little bit about either giving her my Ruroc helmet and getting an additional Ruroc helmet that I would basically use as an upgrade for myself that matches my bike a little bit more. Plus, like, you know, or she could get a whole new one herself if she really wanted, or found one that she really liked. But I just have the base, what do you call it, helmet, whatever it is, like the matte black one. You've seen it, presumably. So I was just gonna maybe get a second Ruroc helmet, and then from there we could either just talk on the Bluetooth on the phone to each other, because like I've said before in some vlogs, like, I don't really ride with people too regularly. How you doing? She patted me. We're good. I think that means we're good. So I feel slightly bad about going the same exact route I did today on my break. I hauled ass to go and get some stain for I don't even know what you'd call it. I built one of those, it just slides into your window and it sits out nicely, and I'm going to put screens on it. I have screens that I'd ideally put on today, or I was planning on doing this evening, but the stain sucked. Not at all as advertised, so we're going to return it and get a darker stain. I want more like a dark wood. I mean, this literally, like, sure, it was protector or weather resistant stuff or whatever, but it did not look like you put anything on it at all. And I just have like some basic 2x4s and plywood that I built the stuff with, so I want it to oh, I should tell her a little bit later when we get to the point that it's going to be a little bit bumpier. But anyway, so I like made my way to this Home Depot today on my hour break. I grabbed what I needed to grab, and I was going to try and kind of see if I could get it done while I was still on the clock, if it was slow enough. And she ended up just saying, oh, I'll do it. And I'm like, oh, great, because then when I log out of work, I could do the screen after the stain has dried. And she did like one piece of the thing, and she called me and she's like, I'll keep going, but I don't really think this is A, as advertised, B, looks good anyway. And I came out and I concurred that it's not worth continuing. So we're going to swap. We're going to find something better. And we just don't want it to look like, raw wood and all that. So, I thought about painting it to match the trim of the window that I'm putting it in, but like half of our house has new windows and the other half has old windows, and so I've designed the thing to fit within all of the new windows, so we could theoretically move this thing to any window that has a new window. I know, crazy. So, oh, geez Louise, little pothole thing. Don't be pulling out in front of me right now, bull. Thanks, bro. So yeah, we wanted it to look a little bit more like just nice in general, because we might potentially put it in different rooms that have different trim and secondary colors and windows and stuff like that. So you're gonna know it's in the window that it's in, as it should, but it's not gonna only match one room when we could put it in like 4 or 5 rooms potentially. So that is the thought process with that. Maybe since I've talked at length so much about it, I will show you guys what it is. It's nothing crazy. It's literally just a box with it's gonna have screens on it so that the kitty cats can sit outside the house in the sun and feel like they're out there, because we got 3 cats. We love all of them, and we'd like them to continue to be with us. Not that I haven't had outdoor cats before in my life, and I don't have a problem with people that do let their cats outside. I wish I could. We just live on like way too busy of a road for me to comfortably be able to do it, especially at the point that they're grown more or less. And these bugs, man, this is the first time that she's probably going to be like experiencing bugs. It's pretty funny. I wonder if the GoPro is going to be picking them up. I mean, they are aplenty. I can already see them on my visor. I'm sure they're on my headlight. We're going to just keep going here. There was one ride the other day. She was not with me, but I was riding along, and both of my feet literally came off of the foot pegs. And for me, it was not, I don't want to say exciting, but I was like, ooh, that was interesting, you know. And it immediately popped into my head because we've been riding 2 up a little bit more recently as the weather's gotten a little bit nicer, and she has gotten more of an interest in it, which is awesome. I love that for us, you know. So it's just something that you think about, you know. And I'm definitely way more careful, way less passionate / aggressive with my riding, of course, when she's on board. Not to say that I'm not careful when it's just me, but definitely just go along and do my thing. If I'm on a road that I know, I definitely, like, yeah, I speed or whatever. But not with her. She be too special. And I love that she trusts me. Shouldn't take that for granted as a motorcyclist. When somebody gets on the back of your bike, you know. Stuff too, like little things like that, like I want to get comms just so that I can communicate to her a little bit easier that, like, hey, I'm gonna go, just because you know, she puts her hands up on the fuel tank when we're stopping, when she can tell that we're stopping. But then when we're going, if she doesn't see that the light is either green, or I just saw there the other direction's light was turning red, I could see that it was clear, like, I'm ready to go, you know. So I really exaggerate my acceleration so that she knows that we're going, which is fine, you know. Of course, you don't need to just have that get up and go that you might have alone when you are holding the bars and you know that it's time to go, or you're gonna go. So it's not really like a big deal. It's not like totally super pressing that we get comms for that purpose, but of course we'd like to be able to speak to each other, as we do. Ooh, big stop, big stop, big stop. She did good there. And we didn't need to put our feet down, which I love. And it didn't feel like we locked up either. I know I have ABS, but still didn't feel like it, you know. Well, thanks for watching, world. This was an interesting 2-up ride, not one that I was necessarily expecting, in the way that, you know, literally it was like 5 or 10 minutes before I went out that she said, can I go with you? I wasn't planning on making this ride with a passenger, but I'm happy I did. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Love you.